G'day guys, welcome back to Supercoach Swordplay and welcome to my round 10 review. Hope you all had a cracker of a round yourself. Very, very good for me, Supercoach wise. A round score of 24.66 now sees me with a season ranking 16.56. Still not where I want to be, but now sitting inside the top 1%, which is always a nice feeling, always a bit of a goal of mine. Where to from here? Well, I suppose if all things go well, maybe top 500 finish, but we'll see what happens. For me, it was a round like no other. And for the first time in a long time, I really didn't care about my overall rank. And I was pretty much prepared to throw my season rank and team out the window just for one solid week. It sounds absolutely crazy. So I need to give you a little bit of context. I've been super busy lately, haven't been able to catch up with many other content creators with what they've been doing, etc. But I did manage to catch one of Abs's videos. What was it, Thursday or Friday, I think it was. And it absolutely sent my trade plans out the window. Things change very quickly. Now, somehow I had fluked my way in the big KO tournament. 512 teams started. I was down to the final 4 teams in Abs's cash knockout tournament. And third and fourth are guaranteed $300, which I was already there. But if you make it to the grand final, it's a guarantee of $1,000 for runner-up and $1,700 for the winner. And I thought to myself, do you know what? I really owe it to the family to try to win a bit of cash and take them on a bit of a family holiday if I'm lucky enough to. So this week, it was all about just trying to get up for this week and guarantee myself $1,000. I thought I'm not going to win the 50K, so I might as well give this a red hot crack. So that's what I did. Originally, I was making a simple move, and it was going to be Bice up to Jack Sinclair. That was going to be it. I then flirted around with getting Rowan Marshall in, and had pretty much settled on that, the Rowan Marshall and Jack Sinclair combination. However, in the end, I completely blew everything up again, and it was because of this matchup. Now, it might be a bit hard to see on the screen here, but I was up against a great man by the name of Arush, team name Silk. Now, this great man was ranked in the top 200 and had scored a 2,600 plus the week before. So I didn't think I had much of a chance. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to try to match up as much as I can here and just have a crack at trying to get into this grand final. This was a matchup here in the end. Now, I did the maths, and I pretty much could have done exactly what I was planning on doing and taken the TDK, not donut, but having to take that low score. And it did help again with players like Horn Francis having a poor match. Poor old Arush here. You can't even see Horn Francis because his score didn't even count. So a few things did go my way, but I really tried my best to match up. So originally, wish I had done it. I was going Rowan Marshall, and literally about 20 minutes before the start of that game, not Rowan Marshall's game, but the Essendon game, I thought, do you know what? I may need to make a move here and get in Gawn late. So I decided to boost and actually bring Archer Day Wicks in. He's all I could afford in order to get SDK right up to max Gawn. So I matched up with Arush here with the Gawn and Sinclair selections, and that was 131 and 119 at the end of the day. And I actually went up from Riley Bice to Sinclair, so that was a really nice match there. And obviously Gawn in to match, which was handy as well. So Churro went massive for me as well as Warner. Had Bailey Dale, who's, we'll talk about him in a sec. Josh Dunkley for 110, then just the Nicky D 95. And then Callaghan for 110, shoulder issue now, which is very unfortunate. Rose didn't do too much. Had Sard on. Brad Scott, what are you doing subbing him? Then Petraka and Nazaya, he brought in that week and just did not fire. So, Arush, shout out to you, mate. Thank you for the awesome matchup. Congratulations on at least banking $300, mate, for this cash tournament, and all the best for the rest of the season, buddy. But there's a bit of context on why I sort of blew up my team a little bit this week. Alrighty, let's get into the actual team now. Rather than going through all these players one by one, we'll sort of talk about the team as a bit of a whole. So if you look at my defensive line, we've got Whitfield, Zorko, Sinclair, Dale. Super happy with those 4. Then you got Matty Roberts sitting there. At this stage, I'm planning on holding him for as long as I can. He'll be one of those last luxury upgrade type picks. At worst, he can be my D6 for the season. I think that's okay, particularly given the fact we've got the flex. I've also got Harry Sheasel that's hiding here in my defensive line as well. So Sheasel will obviously go down back. And if I'm counting Roberts as a keeper for me personally at this stage, that's pretty much a full defense. Keeping in mind, we've got the flex as well. You could even be running a Sheasel or a Sinclair in your midfield if you want. If Sheasel goes back, look in the midfield, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 with your Brayshaw, Neal, Dacos, and Dunkley. Adam Chera is the other bloke. Now, I've decided, and I really decided this a couple of weeks ago, to hold this bloke for the remainder of the season. I'm happy to have someone like Adam Chera at M8 because being realistic with cash gen, rookies, and all the rest, I don't know if I'll be able to get to all the big dogs without having to compromise in different areas. So that could be Roberts down the back. It could be a Chera in the midfield. You've then got your 2 rookies here, which obviously need to go. Reed needs to go here. So you've got 1, 2, 3 upgrades at this stage. You can see Big Maxi Gawn is now in the ruck, and I've got him with Tristan Sherry. If only I had have followed my gut and gone with Rowan, I had locked it in. The good thing about this, I suppose, is that Gawn is just a lock and load now. I've got him. I said not to pay up, but remember, it was purely because of this 1 week matchup. I didn't want to do it, and I was prepared to take and just roll with TDK and just hold on to him. So, yeah, this was a 1 week thing. But in saying that, moving forward, although he's going to lose bulk cash, we know this, having him there, knowing he's a must-have and not having to worry about that is actually a pretty good feeling. Although Rowan would have been able to, allow me to do the move that I wanted to do this week with a boost. So that is unfortunate, but it is what it is. Am I really going to complain with Gawn? Absolutely not. And Sherry as well. Might as well just talk about these 2 big boys now. Captain and vice captain week upon week. It is so easy. This guy is such a bad man. If it wasn't for injury, I'll tell you what, if you didn't start with him, you've been absolutely kissed given the fact that he got injured. I've had to pay up. Well, I didn't have to. I decided to pay up for Max Gawn for this week, but he is an absolute gun, Tristan Sherry, just so reliable. And then you look to the forward line, and this is I suppose, the elephant, 2 elephants in the room, possibly 3 with Jack McRae, but he's so highly owned. 100% of the top 1% own him, so I'm not worried about him whatsoever for now. Merrick I'm going to keep on to. I think he can still make it. Daniel's probably the one, but in saying that, he's scored more than, he's the 3rd highest scorer in the forward line, so that's why I'm not a fan of trading out Daniel week to week. He could be in the top 3 scores for me. Sitting there. So I'm happy to hold there for now. So it's still 3. And then you got Levi sitting in the flex, which would be 4. So 4, and that would be holding the Daniels, the Cheras, and the Roberts. So you could say 7, but I'm going 4. And the reason why I'm saying 4 is because I've got some very particular targets for trade ins. If you look at the midfield, there's 2 glaring omissions here, and you know who it is. It's obviously the Bolton Butters. Now, the great thing about this is that Zach Butters, we can now plan for getting in a lot cheaper than what we were maybe prepared to pay for him. And that's another part of the reason why I had this info before Gawn. And I thought, okay, well, if I can now save some money on Zach Butters, I can probably go up to Gawn now without as much stress and worry. So that's something to take into account. But the issue with that is that he's not ready now. You've got to wait till probably round 14. Got the upcoming bye as well. Bond's got the upcoming bye. The difference between him and Butters is that he doesn't have that real dog score in his system. He's got a lower one and he will come down. Well, we're hoping and we're predicting. Maybe not. Bond's a different beast. But yeah, it's a little bit different there. Butters is definitely one we can plan for at a decent price. Bond, we still most likely have to pay up a pretty fair price for. So there's 2 there. The other one is Zeret as well. He's got like a 200 break even this week. So the options that I want to bring in aren't ready and right for the picking now. The other really obvious one, and I've been kissed by this, it was a really good trade out. Some people lost, some people won, depending on what you did with the horny man, Jason Horn-Francis. But being able to split him into Baz and Marek in the same week, that's a huge win for me. So I've won out of that trade out. It hurt when he got that 150 as soon as I got rid of him, but I think I'm looking okay there. But realistically, he's going to be too good to pass up at that price. So the way that I'm looking at it, could Jason Horn-Francis be this flex position here? He's got that mid-forward status. He could be a really handy swingman for me. And you want that flex probably as a swing. I've got Gorn there now, so I don't have to stuff around with it with a ruck if I don't want to. So these are all things I need to take into account. And even the other bloke that I'd really like to have down back here, Naz, he's not ready because he's going to be coming down in price as well. So they're probably my main targets at this stage. And quickly talking about the players individually, Whitfield you wrap with, Uber Premium, 109, not great, but all good. Zorko completely faded out in that second half. Now, there was big question marks. Does Kitty affect Zorko? Look at the first half. He was on fire. I think he's on 60-odd points at halftime. So not sure why he slowed down in the second. I lost a little bit of concentration, just started raging towards the end. So I'll have to watch that. No, I'm not going to watch a replay. So, yeah, we'll work that out, but all good at the moment, Zorko. Sinclair 131, brilliant, always in the plans, and ended up being a really good way to get him. Dale, robbery. I'm not going to have a rant now. I'm going to leave this for the potty to have a rant. 49 touches, bug you, Bailey Williams. You could have given him an easy 50. Champion data, you hate this man. You screw with the man. If his name was Lockie Whitfield, the man above him, this would have been a 200 every day of the week. So I'm ranting there, but I'll save that for the potty. Roberts mentioned Reed. I think he's probably got another week, and then probably hold him for 2 if you want. But the break, even if he scores pretty well this week, will be around that 100 mark. Carroll, just good to see him play, I suppose, make a little bit of coin. O'Connell, if he plays, should get towards that 200 mark, which would be nice for us. Brayshaw, low score. Finally went to him. I don't blame them. Sarong got a bit of freedom. He scored better. So week upon week, we'll see what happens with those two. Neil, really solid performance from him. Really happy there. Dacos 95. Don't want to talk about him. Stepped on early. I'll talk about him in the stock market, but non-owners kissed again. Sheasel 77. This is a bit of a concern with his role. I just don't like it. We were wrapped that he was down back, but he's not now. That's another reason why I hold on to Daniel, because I heard that he was going to be switching roles for the week and training there as well. Just, yeah, don't know with Sheasel. We just hold at this stage. Dunk's really solid. I've said it for weeks now. Safe as houses type pick. I've had him in for 3 weeks and he has not done me wrong. So really happy there. Shearer, this was a little bit out of the box and I didn't expect a 142, but a big reason why I actually held on to this man was because of his fixture during the buys, and I'm pretty safe for round 12 at the moment. So if you look after GWS, and again, Bedford should go to someone else and give him a little bit of freedom, so that's always good. Essendon, West Coast, North Melbourne, Port, Collingwood, Brisbane, Melbourne, like this is really, really good. So I'm a big advocate for holding this man at least until the end of the buys. Yeah. If you can afford to hold him for 12, if you still have him, 13, 14, 15, 16, probably even 17 with Collingwood, depending on what he scores. But this is so juicy. It's not funny. And we know that he can score well. So wrapped with him. Hewitt he's so up and down, isn't he, Hewitt? He looks so good at times, but then just looks dodgy at other times. Had a quick look at the stat sheet. I think 5 touches at 0%. Few contested, though. He will pretty much needs to go this week, I think, or pretty soon. Box is my captain this week for Sherry, obviously. 30 touches in the Rezzies. Saints got smashed, so hopefully he comes back in. Lindsay had a really good second half, particularly that third quarter. I think it was like 10 touches, so really got into the game. Happy there. Should have good job security, and wasn't the sub, didn't come off as a sub. All good. That's good for us. Say it every week. Clay Hall can't do much more, 30-plus touches. I think Huswaite had 29 in the Rezzies, but that still doesn't give me confidence there. Baz, phenomenal. Do we start to chuck the VCLC on him? Probably not for me because I've got the 2 big boys. That's safer. Rankin, 90, left a big score on the table again. Warner, phenomenal, fantastic. McRae got a bit of a back issue, dodgy. Hasn't had a good last, 4 or 5 weeks, but we've all got him. Marek, yeah, okay. Daniel, pretty good. Yep, not too concerned there. Levi, he's just so safe. Got the last buy, so he's perfect to hold on to. Day Wicks was a bit of a panic move to try to get Gorn in. Would have been sad, but yeah, he got subbed, which was crazy. And Cleary's break even is coming up, but you can probably still hold him. So, this is going on way longer than I wanted, but trades for the week. Let's switch this to the break even. So I'm not trading any of these guys. I'm not trading Reed with a break even of 41. That break even's actually getting up from Carroll, but holding him if he's playing -6 for Carroll, for O'Connell. So that's all good. Okay, 83 break even for Hewitt. So he's pretty much got to go unless you're prepared to ride him out. Lose a bit of cash. Box -46 if he plays. Lindsay 34 is nice. Hall still got that negative break even. So is Huss. Not confidently plays, but negative break evens here, but deadish at the moment, which is frustrating. Don't have enough coin on their heads. Lindsay, I'm not prepared to go with a 34 break even. Boyd can't go. These guys aren't going. Not trading. Can't trade. I don't want to get rid of my boy, but break even of 86. Cleary could also go as well with a break even of 62. So the obvious trade outs are your Ashcroft, and this is according to break even. Ashcroft, Cleary, and Hewitt. So they're the three. I don't think I'll be able to get much. See, I only got 25K. The plan with getting Rowan in was to be able to just go an easy one up, one down, or even boost if I needed to. So what do? I don't think I have the cash with Cleary and Hewitt. Trade. The obvious one is Simpson. So let's just go straight Simpson in. That's going to leave me with bugger all. Yeah, only 457. So you can't do anything there, can you, with 457? Let's just quickly check. We'll go to, can I go players I can afford? All right. Saligo, Daniel, Wine, Simkin, Bailey, Powell, Langdon, Freya, Fletcher, Clary. Geez, he hit back. Only 99 though. Parker, Graham. Sorry, average, not total points. Oh, I couldn't, could I? Oh, I could. Oh, that could be sick. Could this be my play to Butters? Could this be a sneaky play to Butters? I know I'm using a couple of trades and stuffing around a little bit. I'm actually, and the good thing is by doing this is I'm actually improving my on-field, because bench on field, I'm actually improving my on-field. And by not going around last week, I'm really safe on that buy. Oh, geez, I advise never to bring this bloke in. And history suggests he's gone 5 3 weeks ago. They got smashed during that game. Rossco gave me a little bit of context. Shout out to Rossco and Janath as well for joining me for the Supercoach Talkback Live. Went for about 2 hours. I'm recording obviously straight after we did that. The bloke's given a 5, a 57, which is just typical Bolton. You take those two scores away, the 5 and the 57, and you can't just take them away, but let's do it just for argument's sake. His floor's 87, 94, 87, 89, 115, 102, 114, 150. So in the last 5 weeks, he's gone 4 tons. And with that 5, it's dead set allowed him to hover. So this is a really interesting thing about Bolton. He's come in here at 420 before this ton. So he's 420, gone 4 tons, including 115, 102, 114, and 150, 4 out of 5 weeks, and he's only gone up to 430. He's gone down. Oh, no, sorry. From 420, he's gone up to, 430. So up 10K. It's that 5. And we can't take it out because that's classic Bolton. This is what he does to us. But with a lack of rookies, with my issue being the fact that I want to wait for particular blokes. Like I've got targets now. I've got targets. I don't want to be getting other players in just for the sake of it. North Essendon St Kilda. Look at this run. OS, and he just scored, well... Oh, no, that's Ennis, sorry. OS. So this is... What a run. Particularly these three teams at home. Oh, I can't do it to myself, can I? But it could actually be a play. And... What, 520 here? If he goes... So what's his projections? Yeah, so these are dangerous projections. Like, he could chuck a 50 in here, but 102, 118, 94, 98. Look, it's not a stretch for him to have... Oh, no, it's actually close to 100 average. What, about a 105, 104 average. But over this stretch, given the opposition, maybe. Has it got anything to do... So Hayden Young's been out for how long now? Has it been 2 weeks? So this while Young's out. I need to look at his CBAs. Look, I'm not going to do it now. It's going for way too long, this video. Plays West Coast again. So this would be a play for about... Would it be a buy play? Because I'm still right for the buys here. I'll quickly go through my buys after this, but I'll make it a bit longer. If you want to stay with me, stay with me. Bit of strategy talk, bit of buy talk. But I like this play potentially to Butters. Because, but Butters will be ready about 14, but you don't know what else he's going to score up until then. Could it be a Horn Francis play? Like, could I actually bank 100K? Would be too much, wouldn't it? Could I bank 70K, go to Horn Francis? Geez, I like this run, though. Up until Sydney at the SCG, up until round 16, I could get him in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as a 5-week play, but he gives you one dog of a score, and you're not really getting that far, are you? Flex is okay, I suppose we can drop one out. He's a perfect player for a flex by the end of the year. Worst case scenario hold. The issue is I'm making 2 trades. I'm improving the side, but I probably need to use another trade to get him out. But, geez, it could be a play. It could really, really be a play. If I don't go this route and I decide to, say, cash in Levi, then I've got 555 to play with. And that does allow me players I can afford. Oh, I'm on there. See, I'm not going Dogger with... I'd be really tempted to if Shrek wasn't back. I can go the Noah Coaster. I've got 2 roller coaster options. Do I go the cheaper ticket, like the kids ride in Bolton, or do I go the adults ride in Noah? I love this, man. St Kilda, Freo Geelong. We get tagged there. At the end. 136, 109, 102, 113, 105. Super consistent. 4 score of 89. 105, 96, 152. I'd be so much more comfortable doing that and getting Noah in and just getting a premium quality midfielder. And that would be over a Zeret. Do you know what? I'm not rating Zeret that highly at the moment. I'm planning for him. I'm planning in my midfield for Zeret, Bont and Butters. But this would be a fine alternative, I think, to Zeret. A fine alternative. As would, can I afford this, man? This is a big decision because it really improves the side. Again, Cleary being an option I haven't been fielding. Ashcroft I have. It now goes your on-field Ashcroft to someone like a Tom Green and Noah Anderson. That's really juicy. Oh, I can't lie. Ash in the back line is a real pod. You could. Took has been consistent but doesn't have the ceiling for me. Oh, now this is another thing I haven't mentioned. Shout out to, what's the name? Goulden. It's got Goulden in it. Golden time. It's Golden Nation. I forget what it is, but I'm playing this great man or lady in the grand final for Abs's Cash League. So $1,700 up for grabs. I've checked out your team. You've got Dawson. Dawson's playing West Coast this week. Do I go for the match? So do I blow things up again, get someone in that I really don't necessarily want in Jordan Dawson just to go for the old classic match? I could. See, this is a strategy that I never think about with leagues because I really don't care about leagues, but it's West Coast this week. I was on the money with Rowan against West Coast. I was so on the money. This bloke is going to kill it this week. Mark my words. 158 last time, 111.95. West Coast, Sydney, Brisbane, Hawthorn, Richmond, Melbourne. Does he get tagged by Clary? Look at that to end. West Coast, Collingwood, North. That is juicy, isn't it? Jeez, it's a nice end to the season. I'd have him as a season-long keeper. That Supercoach finals run is phenomenal, isn't it? That is phenomenal. So he's got West Coast twice, Richmond and North to come. What's his floor? 70, 60, 76, 78, 156, 132, 113, 124, 124, 103. Has he been bullying? So Collingwood, good matchup. North under the 96. Well, he hasn't had super friendly ones. Oh, geez. That could be an option. Rosie, just to sneak down back. Nazire I really like. What's his break even like? 146. Projected score 86, 147. 475. Surely won't get that low. He might be too good if he gets to that 490 mark. Sarong hasn't had the ceiling, but maybe if I pair up Sarong and Brayshaw, at least I'll get one good score a week. Jordan Clark, I'm a big fan of down back. Super consistent. 109 this week. And I say it with Jordan Clark, apart from you take out that low score and that massive score, it's just week-on-week consistency. Look at that. Just super. So I wouldn't mind getting Clark in, to be honest. So many options, isn't there? Rankin. Oh, bad luck to Callahan owners. Rowan, I'm not going. I should have jumped on him. Holmes, nah. Spills and I aren't big on Holmes. Janath and Rossco are. Nick Martin. Be a good swingman, couldn't he? Nick Martin playing Richmond this week. 75 break even. $108, $145. Boom. 53, 98, 145, 95. $5.30 for Nick Martin. I really like that swing. Yeah, but you know what? Oh, man, this is tough. What should I do, guys? So, and Isaac Heaney's the other one. So, Heaney, Green, Noah Coaster, Match Dawson for the cashy this week against West Coast and got a really nice run in the Supercoach finals, or just go back to that decision to keep Ashcroft and then get rid of Hewitt. Actually, be Hewitt and Ashcroft rather than Cleary, I think. But I'm losing DPP there. Is it silly? Should I just get the out-and-out keeper? 27K in the bank. This could go so badly. I don't think... should I stuff around? Am I too strung up on holding Levi? You know, if he scores a 60-something this week, then his break-even goes up really high. I just think that he's that perfect bloke. Do you know what? I'm almost prepared to lose cash, given the fact that he's got the last buy and he's so reliable for job security and scoring's good as well for a rookie. I'm pretty much prepared to even lose. Do you lose 50k on him maybe? And go with the Bolton pick? Oh, I don't know. 16 trades left. Worst case scenario, if Bolton has to be a keeper in the flex. This is worst case scenario, mind you, and worst case with these guys. I'm probably thinking crazy, but 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so the plan for next week would be potentially someone like your Reed and Lindsay, or even Reed and someone else here if enough money's on their head. Maybe to get an Nazire or someone down back if I want. But pretty much from now, I think that it's got to be Bont and Butters as the targets, and then the others will wait and see. I think I'm almost leaning towards just going your Noah Coaster, Dawson type pick, green pick this week instead of getting Bolton and stuffing around. Levi's a big one. Levi, I'm just so keen on holding. Who would I be keeping Cleary over him? Yeah, maybe. We'll see how we go. All right, guys. Oh, no, I won't leave it there yet. I will quickly go to captains. So, where are my big boys? Sherry against... Cameron might be a bit of a harder matchup. Then we've got Gawn versus Sydney. Essendon versus... No, I don't have any Essendon. North versus Collingwood. Do I go Dakes? Brayshaw. Who's Baz? Dogs don't tag. Do I... Oh, it's his old... Oh, he's either going to send it. I could see Baz sending it. Do they get in their heads? I'd love to go Baz as a VC, but... Whitfield. It's Carlton. Do you know what? I'm not going to stuff it. I keep saying, so do you know what? Listen to my own advice. Regardless of matchups, unless they're playing each other, just go with the big boys. Sherry, Gawn, easy loop with Boyd. Done. That is done. So imagine if Boyd comes in late. That'd be devoed. Done. Absolutely done, I think. Yep. All right. So loops, day weeks. I'm hoping these guys will be playing. That would be ideal. Lindsay will come on for the box. Hopefully box plays, but that's what we'll do for now. Captain, hopefully won't have a loop here, but I might actually just go O'Connell anyway. Done and dusted. Guys, please let me know. Should I go with Bolton this week or should I go with one of the other midfielders? Stay tuned for plenty of content. You got the boys coming up on Monday night for Rage Trade Mondays. Scobes, Rage Trade Monday. I butchered that. It's like, give me a break. Rage Trade Mondays with Scobes, Joshy, and Verns. We'll then have the potty on the Tuesday night. Send through all your questions. We're going to be doing a separate mailbag section for that on X. So please send through anything you got there for the week. The stock market videos coming up, then the live teams. We'll do lives again all through the week. So plenty of stuff, guys. I hope you had a wonderful week. All the best luck. Much love. And I'll see you soon in the next one. Cheers, bye.